1847, the year shackles broke, the year India rose, and the year our tricolor kissed the sky for the first time ever. We talk about the freedom struggle as it happened in the cities. The marches in Calcutta, protests in Delhi. Well, you all might be wondering, what about the cities, the forests and the fields? Well, let me tell you, they rebelled too, in their own unique way. Now, we'll walk their path, all the way to the Goodham Hills where the forests were taken, and so was their freedom. And to Dandi, where salt had become struggle.
The forest is closed. You may not build your cattle or collect wood or food. Orders of the government. Now, we can grow work immediately unless you want to be severely punished.
But sir, without forests, we have nothing. No woods for cooking, no forests for our animals. And now, you want begone our free labor to build your own roads?
Yes, the collector commands, and you labor on the highway.
You've taken our land, our forests, and now you want our freedom? We won't stand for this.
Denied the forest, denied a voice. The people of Goodham stood at the edge, and from that edge, they began to rise. In the hills, a man rose who was not just a leader, but a legend. Young, bold, and said to walk unharmed through bullets. To the people, he was more than just flesh and blood. He was hope with a name. He was Alluri Sitaram Raju.
Brothers, hear me. Mahatma Gandhi inspires us. Wear our own cloth. Give up drinking. Respect his ideals. But look at our fate. They shut our forests, crush our fields. Swaraj must be won with our own strength. I have the blessings of our gods. I have walked through bullets unharmed. So follow me as we strike the British against the force that they understand.
But I heard about Gandhiji's speech, and by being violent, we are getting against what he preached.
I respect Gandhi, but he could not live in these hills and these forests as we do. I am not a man, they say. I'm an incarnation of God.
In the flicker of a forest fire, a revolution was reborn. Not with petitions, but with promises made in the shadow of trees. This was not politics. This was survival turned into strategy.
Now for Swaraj! Strike swiftly!
Hold that, you deliver back.
The Goodham rebels attacked the police stations and British officials in coordinated guerrilla raids. Their uprising was fierce and persistent.
Alluri Sitaram Raju, you are our prisoner.
If 1,000 men die for Swaraj, their story doesn't end in a grave.
They called him a bandit, but to his people he was a savior. Alluri Sitaram Raju, the rebel who struck fear into the heart of the British Empire, now stood before them, unbowed and unbroken.
Alluri Sitaram Raju, you are sentenced to death for causing armed rebellion and disturbing the peace of the British Empire.
Disturbing peace? The peace you enforce by stealing our forests, our freedom, our dignity!
He's not afraid.
My body may fall, but my spirit will rise. Alluri, every forest that breathes. Alluri, Alluri, and every heart that beats for freedom. Alluri!
And with no trial that could silence him, they fired. They say you can kill a man, but you cannot kill an idea, and in the hills of Goodham, that idea echoed louder than ever before. From the blood of rebels, freedom was born. Now let's travel all the way to Dandi, where salt, a basic necessity, had become struggle. And that struggle was turned into a lethal weapon. In 1928, the British sent the Simon Commission to India, a committee to decide our future, but not a single Indian was invited. Across the country, voices rose.
Simon, go back! Simon, go back! Simon, go back! You talk about reforms without even looking at us. India is not a colony of deaf and dumb. We exist and we resist. Are we visible or do you pretend not to see us?
This commission is not a change. It's insult in disguise. Cease this protest. You are disturbing the imperial law.
When justice leads, peace must begin.
1930, Gandhiji sent a letter to Lord Irwin. It did not demand, it pleaded. The 11 requests one voice of hope, but the empire did not budge.
We do not threaten. We appeal with truth. Salt is life, and to tax it is to choke the poor man's plate. What is one letter after the empire's law? Let him march, let him write. The sun does not tremble before the salt. Then truth shall walk, and it will not walk alone.
March 12, 1930, Gandhiji began a 240-mile journey to the sea, with 78 followers and an entire nation watching.
Babu, my legs are weak.
Then walk with your heart. Even tired feet can move in a way. What if they jail us? What if we disappear? Then we will be the salt in their food. They cannot unhook our steps. But why salt, Gandhiji? Because salt belongs to all. The rich, the poor, the child, the mother. When they tax salt, they tax every breath we take.
April 6th, Dandi. Gandhiji knelt and lifted salt from the shore. It was a small act, but it shook the entire world.
This grain is not just salt. This is defiance. This is dignity. This is freedom.
From Dandi to Delhi, Bombay to Bengal, India rose. Salt was made, laws were broken, and silence was shattered.
They took my brother away. What was his crime? Boiling salt? He smiled while they dragged him away. And I knew we have already won.
We don't wear British clothes anymore. We spin our truth. We wear our protest.
Our resistance is not with weapons. It is with our will.
The empire struck back. Lakhs few, jails overflowed, and even Gandhiji was arrested.
Gandhi, you are under arrest. Come with us.
You may bind my hands, but you cannot bind a nation's unity.
They thought the people would fall, but India stood taller.
They took my husband. They broke his bones, but his soul is present in this soil, and from it rises courage.
March 1931, a pact was signed. Civil disobedience paused. Gandhiji agreed to meet Lord Irwin.
Let us talk, Mr. Gandhi, but remember, peace has its own price. We do not pause for your comfort. We pause for the hope of peace. Then make your people stop. Break no more laws. We never broke laws. We broke the silence.
In London, Gandhi sat at the Round Table Conference, but the chairs were cold, the hearts colder, and the ears closed.
We are not here to listen to the dreams of the village. We are here to discuss the governance. I talk of houses, hunger, hopes of millions. But you only hear your empire's echo.
The movement was called off, but But the people did not stop.
They think we failed, but no, we found ourselves.
We found our unity in salt and power in peace.
The world saw us stand barefoot, but unshaken. This was not the end. This was the salt of beginning.
The British tapped salt to break India, but India became an entire storm.
We fought, we resisted, we rose, we healed, we spoke, not with violence, but with truth.
They did not fight for fame. They did not wait for orders. They rose because the land was theirs, and so was the right to live free. And when Bharat woke in 1947, it was not just Delhi that celebrated. It was the Goodham Hills. It was Gandhi. Every hut, every hill, every heartbeat that ever dared to dream witnessed the rise in ever-prosperous nation. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.